Greetings and welcome to Scape Games. I'm Kedro, the DM here at Scape Games, and you found your way into the second party for this channel. Sit back and enjoy the short-form sessions with the Dragon family and friends. Now, on to the show. Welcome back to Escape Games presents Dragon Family and Friends. I'm here for just another session. And who wants to go ahead and remind us of what happened in our last game?
I'm going to make this quick because we need to get into this game. So, basically we were hired by something Celestial Gateway Emporium to investigate a magic evil chest. Upon investigating, we found a bunch of really cool stuff. And then some dudes came who weren't the friendliest of fellows. Of course, neither were we. And by we, I mean Lexi.
You. Hi, I was kind.
After investigating further, we were led into the chest where after facing some puzzles and some riddles, we finally came to a giant crystal. And upon breaking it, it turned out to be one of the Demon Lord's Orcus. And freeing him from this chest, we were all placed under a curse. And that's after... Oh yeah,
that
we also
may
had
have been
some
partially my fault for solving the riddles.
That's true.
Yes.
That one
And so,
might be.
after bidding the Celestial Emporium farewell, we were on our way.
I'm a wizard. I don't want to be a warlock.
Don't worry, HP. It's not that bad.
It'll be okay.
So, post your dealings with the Celestial Gateway Emporium, you guys all headed back to your respective homes. It was, after all, a long night. Getting your rest for that night, so obviously you guys get your hit points back, all your spells, yada yada. The following morning is a typical morning in Ravens Bluff. Today is the Festival of the Moon, which should begin sometime towards the evening. Shortly after your breakfast, you're greeted with yet again another knock upon the door. A small boy dressed in the livery of the Ravens Bluff Parcel Delivery Service stands there and hands you a message marked with a seal and stamped with "From the law offices of Chiseler, Mouthpiece, and Pettifogger."
Petty what?
Pettifogger.
Oh,
Okay.
Fogger.
Okay.
Not what
Wanted
that
to
sounded
make
like.
sure it was PC.
Oh, great. Bring this by the
Here I
ladies.
go as Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Okay, dear adventurer, you have been selected to assist my client in the vast pool of Raven Bluff's adventures due to your previous adventuring exploits. If you wish to undertake my task, please meet me and my client at my offices or on Moonland Ride in 7 hours at 4 bells this afternoon. Sincerely yours, Edwin A. Shyster, Esquire, law offices of Chisler, Mouthpiece, and Pettifogger.
Yay.
No one's going to say that name and not laugh.
Well, we could say it wrong.
See, I'm
It'd be,
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
Just shorten it
about.
to see.
so what time is it right now?
It's right about 10 bells in the morning, so you have quite some time in case there's anything that you need to do before you head there this afternoon.
I'm gonna go see my good old friend. I'm gonna go see my good old friend Viator. I'm gonna go see my friend Viator, the merchant, and see if he has any new and exciting items and some juicy little secrets.
So, for items, he is currently still out of stock. He is expecting that come the end of the Festival of the Moon, that additional items will be coming in. He just about thinks he has a buyer for that egg.
Ooh. Well, that will be very much appreciated, my good friend, and you will be compensated appropriately.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, have you seen any? I don't want to press my luck, but have you seen any individuals? And I describe the short little person with the group of 6 jade fat masked men. Have you seen these guys around as of any late, or any of your merchant friends?
Not recently, but, we can certainly keep an eye out.
Thank you. They do appear to be of a malevolent path to them. They don't seem to be friendly.
Should the watch be informed?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
They say they're from the Imperial Court, but with no documentation or identification proven. I can't really put all my coins into one hand or not.
We may have
of
been
course.
the bad guys in that scenario.
I mean,
Might
but he
have been
did.
protecting the curse.
But don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Well, my good friend, I will see you later after the festival is done.
All right. Enjoy. Hopefully, we'll see you sometime tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow if I can.
So, any other things that you guys want to do before heading off to the law offices this evening?
I'm going to go to my friend Lexi's house, and we're going to look for chocolate-covered bacon.
Okay. Well, you know the store, so
We
you're able
do.
to pick some up.
We do.
And while I'm getting my spells redone, I'm studying this new dagger I have because there's some font on it. I'm not quite sure of. I'll have to check the books.
So what is so what?
Figure it out.
Yeah. So wait. So what is this like festival? Is it like an all-day thing?
It's a evening kind of rite.
Oh.
So functionally, it's much like the kind of Day of the Dead, a remembrance for ancestors and family members from the past.
All right. Well, anyway, before I go out, I'm going to wrap my arm, the arm that has the mark of Orcus, and I'm going to make sure that it's nicely tied off. Oh, well, there's a little Emma going around. Well, seems like Mr. Cuddles has brought a friend up this time. Hi.
I'd also like to go in and get my
Hi.
cloak made into skinned.
Sounds good. Yeah, they'll take the little displaced kitty off your hand, and they'll handle that portion for you.
Thank you.
Uh,
Hey, at least I don't have to do it.
okay.
I'll just wear him forever in honor of him.
So I guess I don't really have anything to do. I mean, I guess I could go maybe see if I can find, I don't know, some bracers that would give me like some protection or something.
You'd be able to find non-magical ones.
Yeah, I can do
currently, none in town that are magical.
Yeah.
You would know that if you stop in at Notions, Lotions, and Potions, there is currently available a Brooch of Shielding, Keyword's Handy Haversack, Boots of Levitation, Hat of Disguise, and Iron Stone of Leadership.
There's boots of levitation.
What?
I used to have boots of levitation there.
How much would they each be? Okay. How much? Oh my god! This raven won't leave me alone. I thought I sent it off to go find my master.
And remember, I can get him the employee discount.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So the base prices, the Brooch of Shielding is $7,500. The Keyword's Handy Haversack is $5,000. The Boots of Levitation are $4,000. The Hat of Disguise is $4,500, and the Iron Stone of Leadership is $3,600.
Oh, man, I just don't have enough for that. How much is your discount HP?
10%.
Oh, I heard those boots of levitation were 4,500.
Boots were $4,000, so you'd be 4,000 off, so 3,600.
Almost there.
Almost there.
We found them last time I had them.
Oh well. I guess we'll just stick with going barefoot. I guess, or just non-magical boots. All right.
Maybe after her next assignment.
True.
Yeah, you're
So,
I guess we're off to the law office.
all right.
My
You arrive at
friends.
the offices of Edwin A. Shyster, Esquire, at Four Bells. The office door is constructed of expertly carved ironwood, and a large golden plate displays the words Law Offices of Chiseler, Mouthpiece, and Pettifogger, specializing in family law and estates. Just below that plate is a large knocker.
Bah, bah, bah. Wait. Bah.
The door is opened by an exceptionally attractive young woman.
Yo.
Do you have business with Mr. Shyster?
Yes, we received a letter this morning telling us to come here. We're from Richco. We have business with him, apparently.
Oh, wonderful. Well, okay. My name is Miss Barbara Chatterley, and please come in. Mr. Shyster is expecting you. She bats her eyes lasciviously at Atreus and starts wandering in.
Oh my. Right. Yeah.
All right.
And how are you today?
Oh, very good.
And
Go ahead and everybody give me a perception check.
Oh, time to see which dice I'm using today. No, not that one. Here we go.
16.
17.
14.
Okay.
Perception?
Mhm.
7.
Okay.
Not this dice.
So
Back
everybody
to
but
box.
Atreus notices that she's wearing a holy symbol, and would, with those rolls, be aware that she's a practitioner of the goddess Shares.
What does that do?
Goddess of Shares.
Well, I wouldn't know.
What do we know about the goddess Shares?
Shares is the goddess of lust and hedonism.
Hence the batting the eyes at Atreus over there.
She's Lady
And yet he
Chatterley.
does not know.
And yet, I have one thing on my mind. Getting that cloak.
So, Miss Chatterley leads you into a well-decorated office. Behind a desk is a dark-haired, middle-aged man dressed in impeccable clothing. Just to his left is another middle-aged man with a balding
nice,
hairline
his
and fine
clothes.
robes. Pinned to his robe is the symbol of the Merchant's Guild. In front of the desk there are 4 chairs, one for each of you. The dark-haired man stands up and introduces himself. Why, hello, I am Edwin A. Shyster, Esquire. I would like to thank you all for coming on such short notice, but it unfortunately cannot be helped. My client's needs are pressing, and time is of the essence. You are the group known as Richco, yes?
We are.
Wonderful. Well, my client, Mr. Greenbeau, rarely seeks the employ of adventurers, and perhaps it would be best if you introduce yourselves to him, and then I will explain why I have asked you to help in this matter. Should you need any refreshments before we begin, Miss Chatterley will see to your every need.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Hello. My name is Lady Delinda Villers. I haven't visited your establishment to date, but I knew that you were located in town.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you, Mr. Villers.
Nice to meet you too.
Hello, Lexa Charisma Wildheart. Just part of the group, here to help out.
A pleasure to meet you, Miss Lexa Charisma.
It's a pleasure.
Atreus Veldon Holston, Monster Hunter, who has just recently returned and accompanying these adventures for the time being.
Monster Hunter, that will be very useful on this endeavor.
He just made that sound temporary.
Yeah, Professor H. Be focused.
Oh, Professor, your knowledge will be expertly put to the test with this.
He is quite helpful.
So Mr. Shyster steps forward again. My client's full name is Elliot Greenbeau, a descendant of Winthrop Greenbeau, a once well-known showman and illusionist in the early days of Ravens Bluff. Many years ago, Winthrop transformed the Greenbeau family manor into, well, an amusement attraction. He used specialized illusions to create a haunted manor. This, at the time, was very lucrative. Unfortunately, many years ago, tragedy did strike the haunted manor, and a few patrons died in a horrible accident. The investigation into what happened was extremely tight-lipped, and Winthrop closed the manor to all but himself. Families of the victims were, of course, well compensated for their losses, and the manor was never reopened. 2 years later, Winthrop died, but he left a will with specific instructions and conditions, including the family inheritance. Since all of his children were dead and had not been heard of since the accident, it had fallen upon the offspring of his children still in good standing to complete the family's conditions on the will to claim the inheritance. Conditions of the will are stated rather simply. Once every 5 years, one member of the family may elect to spend one night in the manor and emerge with the family treasures locked in the manor vault, along with the knowledge of what caused the death of the manor patrons some 200 years ago. My client and I have noticed a loophole, however, or a perfectly written aid to the family in the wording that was noticed by none of my predecessors up until the current generation.
Oh?
The will states that only one family mentor may enter every 5 years, but it does not state that he or she must achieve the conditions of the will alone. Thus, he has asked me to hire you to accompany him to the manor and complete the conditions of his family's patriarchal will. My client is prepared to offer you each the sum of 2,000 gold pieces for your efforts in this matter. He is also willing to offer a bonus to the group if they uncover the conclusive information that will exonerate his family in the deaths of the people who perished within the manor house. But before you agree to this assignment, I must state that my client wishes and his well-being are paramount in this endeavor. You are to respect his wishes in all matters regarding property of the family, and you are required to keep him from harm. Now, before we move on, do you have any questions about this mission that you wish to address at this time?
I don't have any questions, but I've always wanted a haunted manor. I must say, if your client ever wants to part with it, please reach out.
Shyster looks over to Greenbeau. Well, if we can figure out what happened, we might be able to part with the manor.
Excellent.
Yeah. Been doing this for 200 years, you say?
Yes, a lot of my family has perished with this.
Perished doing this?
Yes.
Do we know how they perished?
Unfortunately not.
So we have no idea what the dangers are.
Yep.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
Shyster steps back forward.
Well, it's not exactly my kind of thing.
Sorry,
HP, you're
HP.
literally the only person that could figure out magical means, mishaps, and all that sort of stuff. Especially with our
invisible.
It's
It's
not always
okay.
magic that kills people.
You can go invisible.
yes,
It's okay.
but with our recent espionages, it's been most notably that.
Well, perhaps some additional information might help clear some
Would be
of this.
useful.
Winthrop Greenbeau did have 6 children. Now, some of those families were cut out of the will due to actions that were deemed unacceptable by their father. For example, Josephine, the eldest, opened a rather exclusive brothel and became an accomplished madam. She was also rumored to have connections with less than savory underworld figures of the day. His second son, Gilbert, left the home and was rumored to have joined the Red Wizards of Fae. He's now not been heard from since. The other 4 members, Alton, who is Elliot's grandfather, and the oldest son, Jacqueline, William, and Mary, all accomplished a rise in the business world as merchants or in the studies of the art of illusionary magics. The 4 families, after several generations, have come to an agreement to split the inheritance once it's been earned. The family drew lots to determine which member would complete the condition of the will. Elliot's cousin Helena attempted 10 years ago. His cousin Jeremy, 5 years ago. Neither have been heard from since they entered the manor, and it's now been 10 years since the 4 families agreed to attempt this endeavor, and it's Elliot's turn to enter the manor. The home itself is only 2.5 miles northeast of the north gate of Ravens Bluff, just outside the city limits. Also to note, Jeremy and Elliot were partners in a current business franchise as merchants of rare spell components before Jeremy left for his term in the house.
Spell components?
Correct. Due to that fact,
Interesting.
due to the fact that no one is allowed in the house during the 5-year intervals as stated in the will, no investigations have been made into the disappearance of Elliot's cousins.
Sadness.
Additionally, all family members must sign a waiver before entering, stating that they agree to the danger. Winthrop, being who he was a well-known showman and made several alterations to the manor just before it became an attraction. Any knowledge pertaining to the extent of the alterations, however, died with Winthrop. The house contains many permanent illusions that can be deactivated by certain command phrases. The illusion can be reactivated by restating the command phrase, or they will resume roughly 8 hours after inactivity. Winthrop was extremely secretive about his attractions and the illusions he used to create them. In order to protect the secrets of his family fortune, he used strange magics to shield the important items from detection. The entire house is almost clouded in a permanent misdirection spell that seems to disrupt almost all forms of divination magic. Many spells that ask questions will work, but they may return vastly incomplete or incorrect answers. Now, to start this, we only have until 8 bells this evening
Okay.
to enter the manor.
Okay.
Do we know what the catchphrases are?
We do. If you are willing to agree to this, I will arrive with Elliot at the North Gate, show you to the manor, and give you additional things such as the catchphrases.
Well, this seems very interesting, but there's some points I'd like clarification on.
By all means.
You said that multiple family members have entered this house in the last 20 years, correct?
Correct.
But there has been an agreement that... Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Has this will stated that whoever enters and collects the treasure from the vault will be the sole inheritor? Or is this a second dealing that has happened between the families?
This is a second dealing that's happened between the families. So while one must enter to claim the inheritance, what they do with it afterwards is completely up to them.
It's awfully suspicious, though. of
Very
things
much. Yes.
possibly happening after.
Very well. Could be.
Has anyone made it out alive?
They have not.
Do we know they're dead, or do we just know they're missing?
It is presumed dead until proven. It is
Correct.
proved
Yeah, just think
inconclusive until proven otherwise.
So it's totally possible they're in there somewhere.
I'm
And
down.
unfortunately, due to the powerful magics, the divination spells cannot be trusted to verify.
Correct.
Well,
That
I'm
makes
down
sense.
to going. I'm down to going and exploring.
Absolutely.
Works for me.
This is the kind of adventure I love.
All right. Good. You will each be asked to sign a binding agreement complete with a non-disclosure clause. You will meet Elliot and myself at the North Gate at dusk, roughly 5 bells.
Oh, that's good because we have a contract for you to sign too.
That is more than acceptable. Please pass that over to Miss Chatterley, and we will conduct such.
There you go. And I'm gonna look at the contract they gave us, and I'm just gonna read that clause.
All right. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Well, and I feel like we should all review it before we sign someone else's work.
I have no clue what I'm doing.
You think it's the best thing you've ever
Check
seen?
the same thing.
Like, sliced bread has nothing on
Sunset.
this contract.
Well, HB, you want to take a look at this?
Only
I
one.
I think this is pretty good. I think. Oh, I'm done with this. It doesn't look too bad. Wait.
HP, did you...
I re-rolled my one.
I didn't even get to it.
My God, none of my D20s are working. I'm already down 2. Great, now I got to go to another one. Going with
13.
You think it's a respectable contract. The non-disclosure basically means that you're not allowed to
13's
discuss it
all I came
post
up with.
going in, or pre-going in, and post-coming out.
Is there anything that we're able to keep?
That will be purely based on what Elliot decides, as it's his family's manor house.
Understood.
Hey, what's this in here? Oh, incense.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
All right. Everyone heading then to the North Gate at 5 bells?
Yes,
yes.
we are.
All right. So you arrive at the North Gate and notice that Elliot and Mr. Shyster are there waiting for you. Elliot approaches you. Thank you for helping me in this
salt do I
endeavor.
have?
Solving this mystery and completing the conditions of my grandfather's will may finally bring peace to my family.
Okay, good. I have enough salt and holy water.
Shyster steps forward. I have a map of the first floor of the house. Before Elliot's grandfather made his adjustments for the attraction, the first floor is the primary attraction, and only private tours were given for the upstairs.
Interesting.
He
What you
passes that over.
That's what you would expect.
A map.
Oh.
Additionally,
In the house.
this is the list of command phrases that were given to the original will executor.
Very important.
They are supposed to turn off many of the illusions in the manor temporarily, which will allow you some freedom of movement through the house. Unfortunately, we only have the phrases and not a match for which illusion they were intended. Now, you must be inside... What?
Do you have copies up there, or am I in?
Yeah, I can... Now, you must... Blah.
You must be inside the house.
Yep. You must be inside the home before 6 bells this evening, or my client will forfeit his chance. None of you may leave the manor until sunrise tomorrow. Detection spells will be used per the will's stated compliance beyond the grounds perimeter for monitoring the comings and goings. Come now. We haven't much time, and the manor isn't far from here. And let's go ahead and give you guys the command phrases on.
Yeah, because that way they can keep the paper and we'll have it on the computer. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Chop chop.
I'm going to start going over the phrases he gave us and the map, and I'm just going to start trying to put words to places.
Okay. And as you do that, you're traveling down a long path towards a large manor home. The kind that only seems to be seen in scary nightmares. The 2-story home's windows have been all bricked up, and several menacing gargoyles statues adorn the roof. Above the house, large clouds billow. Lightning crisscrosses them, and you can hear the roar of thunder.
It's kind of odd in a house.
Well, it is a haunted house.
That's true.
What I love about it.
The strange thing is that in the surrounding area, the night sky is clear, and the stars are shining brightly this evening. The path leads to a large, covered porch, easily large enough to hold all of you. 2 dark wooden doors mark the entry to the manor. A large knocker with a gargoyle head imprinted on it hangs from the right door. Elliot steps forward and bangs the large knocker 3 times, producing loud knocks with each strike. The door opens, and a figure steps into the view. An almost translucent man, dressed in a deep black tuxedo, stands in the doorway. His face is covered in what looks to be a blue-colored makeup. Good evening, and welcome to the Greenbeau Manor. I am Preston, and I will be your guide for this tour. Please relax and enjoy. Should anyone have any health problems, such as chronic fright syndrome or heart problems, I suggest you wait outside. Please enter, and we will begin the tour. He stands back from the door and gestures for you all to enter.
Thank you kindly.
I look at the doorway on the way in. Is there any ornate?
Beyond the
emblems?
knocker, no.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll walk through.
Everyone going in?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Elliot follows you in, and as you all enter, the door closes behind you.
Emma.
After which, the sound of a large bar can be heard crashing down on the other side of the door. But you don't remember seeing any large bar on the outside before you walked in.
Well, looks
What was
like the
that?
fun's about to begin.
The spacious entry spans 50 by 40, and the floors are covered in marble. In the center of this hall stands a large stairwell that splits up to the left or to the right. The sounds of eerie music from a pipe organ can be heard from somewhere upstairs. A chain with a sign hangs in front of the stairwell. The sign reads, "Private tours given for the upstairs only, no exceptions."
Mm-hmm.
On this floor, there is only a single door to the right and to the left of the hall. Preston steps before you. This house is more than 200 years old, and many have lived here during that time. He gestures to the stairwell. Look, some of our past residences have come to greet you. They are happy to see you and hope you have an excellent stay in their home. Appearing at the steps of the stairwell are an elegantly dressed couple who are translucent and have almost morbidly deathly features. They wave to everyone and smile sardonically. Preston gestures to the door to the left. Please, this way, everyone. No crowding. There are plenty of spirits for everyone to see.
Preston, how long have you been here?
And he starts moving over to that door.
I'm gonna shift my swords from my back to my hips so I can have them for easy pull.
I'm just curious.
I don't think he can hear you.
He opens the door
I follow.
and gestures for you to enter.
Can you hear what I say?
He doesn't seem to be reacting.
Do we see anything
Interesting.
else with the people who are on the stairs, the stately couple?
So they're in exceptional attire, but they look beyond dead. So decayed kind of corpses, flesh rotting, portions of teeth that you can see beyond the rotted flesh.
Can we tell from a distance of where we are? Did they have any unique markings to say how they died?
Not specifically, no.
I turn to our good friend that is accompanying us, and I ask him, "Are these any of your past relatives or family members that you can identify?"
Oh, to Elliot?
Yeah, to Elliot.
No, those two definitely weren't mine.
Do you know Preston?
Not personally, no.
And they must be
Have you heard of them?
Spirits.
I think he may just be the illusory tour guide.
Well, I'm going to follow.
Is there a chance the spirits that are going by are illusory as well?
It is a good possibility. It is supposed to be a haunted mansion.
Well, I'm going to follow Preston and go left
All right.
into the next room. But I'm going to wait at the doorway.
Everyone else going in as well?
We are.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not staying by myself.
You sure, HP?
You can always go invisible.
No.
So the next room that you enter is an elegant dining hall. A large table with 8 chairs is in the center, and a wooden grandfather clock sits on the far left corner of the room. An open door on the far side of the room is blocked by another chain. Beyond the door, utensils and cooking instruments can be seen flying by. There are 8 figures that are seated at the table. All seem to be enjoying a grand feast. Please do not disturb the spirits' midnight meal. They may become very angry. You know how spirits are.
So, banquet?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like.
And I'm going to take, I still have 3 pounds of salt left. And every entrance I go by, I'm just going to lay a little bit as everybody gets in. And then as we leave, a little bit behind us.
Okay.
And I'm going to do that for as long as I have salt left.
Does anything happen if I say banquet?
When you say banquet, the illusion stops and one body falls to the ground.
Interesting.
Oh,
What's the body look like?
I'm going to walk over to it. And
Very long dead. Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay.
You or me?
Whoever's closest.
16.
So Lexi at the moment.
And 17.
17. Looks like the body has been dead for 10 years. The jaw and tongue seem to be missing. And you also notice that there are some whip marks to it.
Male or female?
You see
Lexi?
Elliot kind of go peeked.
Is it male or
That-
female?
Female.
I'm looking up at
And
the
He's like, I think that's my cousin Helena.
I'm looking up at the walls and
that's what I was
ceilings, and
wondering.
I'm seeing if there's any
I'm so
scratch
sorry,
marks
Elliot.
at the top of them.
It's okay. We knew the risks.
I'm looking at the ceiling, looking for any scratch marks, any sort of broken pieces where things can slip in and out of.
Missing jaw and whip marks?
Yep,
Missing
missing
jaw,
jaw,
tongue.
mission
And
tongue,
tongue.
and whip marks.
That is-
Atreus, go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right.
And HP, give me an arcana.
Can we tell if the whip actually killed her or what killed her?
14.
Doesn't seem to be death by whip. You don't find any
What's your arcana
like
check?
scratch marks or things up
13.
there. But you do kind of come around to that grandfather clock, and there's a family crest there that looks like it's wooden, and you think that it's a little bit loose. And it's just below kind of the main paneling on the clock. HP, you have a feeling that Helena was at some point transformed into an undead for several years, and your best guess that it would probably be a juju zombie.
So is that possibly how the damage to the jaw /
Potentially.
tongue?
Hey guys, come look at this grandfather clock. Something's off about it. And I'm gonna try and look behind the grandfather clock, see if there's anything behind it.
There is not.
Can I investigate the area, see if there's anything else of interest?
Those are the only major items in this room. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna walk over to the body, and I'm gonna pull up my silver sword, and I'm just gonna cut the head off at the neck.
You see Ellie go,
Don't worry. If it was a zombie once, it can be a zombie again. Making sure that it doesn't come after us if we leave.
I truly hope that would not be the case.
Better safe than sorry.
That is our known experience.
So,
I understand.
So when he slices, erases the zombie, if I happen to say chop chop,
Go ahead and give me a perception check, everybody.
Oh no, HP. Natural 20. With the 21.
Okay.
wow. Opposite of last week, my roll sucked today.
That's all right. I only rolled a 2 on that one.
I got
So
4.
anything added is not going to be
Looks like
5. I got a 5 altogether.
17.
Okay. So Atreus and Delin, as HP says chop chop, you just happen to be facing that side room with the chain across the doorway. All of the pans and knives slowly float and drop to the floor.
The ones that were flying around?
Correct.
Well, I think we avoided something.
I'm gonna make my way to the kitchen doorway,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna peek in.
You see what looks to be a standard stately kitchen, though all of its pots, pans, kitchen utensils, knives, forks, spoons, they're just all either on counters, on the ground, laying in various states of disarray.
But nothing else appeared. They just went down.
Correct.
So it just stopped whatever.
Is there a
is
knife
going
or
on.
something, knife, fork,
same thing
or
would
something
happen with the other.
near me by the doorway?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna reach out, grab one,
Okay.
and throw it in the kitchen, like as far into the kitchen as I can.
Okay.
Now I'm wondering if we should
It
have
goes.
set them in the couple.
Ting, 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 ting.
I thought that they were...
I was wondering if we should have said something to the couple.
Probably.
So along
Like
that
a visage
doorway.
of the past or something.
And then
Maybe we can still go back out there and
I'm gonna ask Elliot to come over to the grandfather clock and ask him if this is his family crest.
Just
Oh,
like the
yes,
other one.
that most definitely is. And what it looks like is the embossed and painted bow that's in golden color on a green kind of field background.
Dylan, come give me a hand real fast.
Sure.
And I'm gonna grab Elliot. I'm gonna put him behind Dylan.
Okay.
I'm gonna kneel down and straighten the crest, so it's straight and narrow.
Okay. You straighten it on there, but it still feels loose.
I'm gonna pull it off.
All right. It does come off.
What's behind it?
Just flat paneling on the grandfather clock.
Can we open the doors to the grandfather clock?
Yep, you would have had to get that crest off.
Oh,
Anything, any hidden drawers or cupboard or...
Not that are apparent. No.
What were the pictures on the crest?
a field with a golden bow. Field of
like a green field, like verdant grass, with a golden bow above on top of it.
Does anybody recognize the crest?
It's my family's crest.
Yeah, his crest. I already asked.
I didn't hear.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You were still busy. You were still looking at the body.
Yeah, that's true. Trying to investigate and see if there's any other clues.
Well, what's next?
When we are done in here, can we go back and check that couple and see if any of our
We'll-
phrases work with it?
We'll loop around. Because the map I have, it shows that we can go through the entire building and it goes right back to the stairwell.
Tour guide still with us?
He is. He's standing at the northern door, just kind of gesturing towards it.
Well, I guess.
Lexi, would you say that our tour guide's kind of a stuffed shirt?
And he winks out
might
of his
be.
distance.
Haha, good one.
Wait, he what?
He's
He just-
gone.
He's gone.
We don't have a tour guide anymore.
Oh, I mean,
We're on our own. Yay!
Good job, HP!
HP. Just saying stuffed shirt. Do anything?
It
He
didn't blow
pops
up,
back
though.
into existence, still gesturing
Okay.
at the door.
Okay.
Does
I'm
Twinkle
gonna.
Twinkle do anything?
Not currently.
I
just
will.
curious what
I'm
the
just
clock
gonna walk. I'm gonna walk to the northern door and look.
Okay. What you see is a long hallway with 3 doors to the right, 2 to the left.
He's not
A fog fills this corridor that
Okay.
obscures the floor.
Humans one.
I'm gonna pull. I still have my silver rapier in my hand, right? I'm gonna try and poke the floor.
You hear solid sounding kind of stone, maybe marble.
I'm gonna with one hand on the doorway. I'm just gonna put my right foot on it, see if it goes through, or if
Yeah.
it just stops.
Yep, you're able to step onto marble within. There's just a cloud of fog up to about your knees.
Oh,
So
that's it.
waist high on HP.
Twinkle Twinkle?
Nothing seems to happen.
HP,
what
do
are the
you
other
want a
ones?
hand so you don't get lost?
Man.
Well, yeah. This fog kind of basically covers you.
It's the smog. I don't know if there's
So,
anything from
Preston
the...
moves into
nothing
that
from
room
the-
and he's
from the
like,
smog.
Please do be quiet. Some of the spirits require their rest, even at this late hour. He gestures everyone to continue down the hall.
I'm gonna put my finger to my mouth and just.
Lexi.
I'm quieter than you.
She's a church mouse.
Do you all continue down the hall?
Well, do we see anything else in the room?
I want to follow in the back
Currently,
of everybody.
just the doors.
I'm going to follow in the back of everybody slowly.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay
What you
my
doing
line.
back here?
I'm gonna lay my line of salt. I'm gonna go,
So,
Are you trying to trigger them?
and I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna line each doorway with salt.
well, as you move down the hall, eerie lights can be seen from behind the doors on 2 of the left and 2 of the right. Several of those doors begin shaking, and a loud groan can be heard from one of the rooms on the left.
Shake, rattle, and roll.
The second door on the right slams repeatedly. A vision of clawed hands clutching at the door handle can be seen.
Shake, rattle, and roll.
And with that, the room stopped shaking and rattling.
Twinkle, twinkle. Not
No
the
additional
lights.
change.
Come on.
All right, guess we're going down. I'm still lining every door. I'm lining every doorway with salt except for the back right room.
Are we not checking out any of the others?
Nope.
HP, do you see any anything abnormal?
Anyone else have a desire to check out any of the other rooms?
I kind of do. That's
We
why I
all
want to see if there's.
We all take a room, and I take Elliot with me since I'm.
We don't separate. We don't separate.
We don't.
You don't separate the party.
All right, so I guess we'll just
Not
start
on a
going
mission.
through room after room.
All
Well,
right.
we could send.
Yeah, I guess we'll just send me.
But he'd be taking Elliot.
No,
which-
I won't be taking Elliot because
Yeah.
Lady.
Elliot stay with us.
Aside from me, Lady Lane's the only one that can actually do a major amount of protection because she's the only one with a massive shield.
Yes.
Actually, don't you have 2 shields?
No, I just
Well,
have one.
you have the one that we got with the orb, and then you had the one when we went to go find the orb, right? Out of context.
Nope, I only have one.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Sorry.
So I guess I'm going into the first room on the right.
All right. In fact, all 4 of the rooms as you enter them, after having spoken the command word, nothing in there. They're all 4 empty.
Okay. Well, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Say the
Salt
command word
alone.
again.
No.
That's fine.
All right. Let's just continue.
All right. Following Preston into the next room, upon entering that room, you notice that it's a large study, complete with a bookshelf
Bookworm.
and a
Wait.
desk. A spirit sitting behind the desk is busily writing. Some spirits continue to be studious, spending eons researching new problems. Preston gestures and continues towards a door on the far side of the study.
Bookworm.
It's studious. Bookworm.
The spirit behind the desk vanishes.
I want to go look at what he's looking
So
All right.
so
What you see is that there was a paper that the spirit seemed to have been writing on.
at. I'd like to read it.
It reads, "The lion's head beckons you, but you cannot see. 2 eyes it needs to set free. 1 of fire and 1 of ice can bring the lion's head to life. The spectrum is your only clue. R is to I, as L is to R, must be held true. Use the stones wisely to open the door, or suffer from the lion's roar."
So we just went through the 5 small bedrooms, and the 5th room. There's a hallway. We went through that,
Yep.
and now we're in the topmost right room.
Let me see the map.
So I'm betting we need 2 gemstones for the eyes.
You are
No.
in that one there.
No.
We're
Oh,
going to need a diamond and a ruby.
a diamond and a ruby, or just fire and ice?
They need 2 eyes. 1 is of fire, 1's of ice. So it can be that or it could be. I'm just guessing.
True. So we are in that room. Okay. Yeah. So as everybody comes in, I line the door behind me with salt.
Okay.
And I think that should be a pound of salt at that point.
More than likely.
Okay.
Did you bring any more?
I only have 3 pounds.
Especially when it
I
says
didn't have
use the
enough time to go
stones
get more.
wisely. Okay.
I don't think
All right.
I have.
But I like puzzles.
I'm going to take that paper, fold it up, and put it in my bag.
Okay. Continuing to the next hallway.
Yep.
Yes, please.
All right. You enter what appears to be a hallway, except for the scene above. A vision of a nice sky is visible, and you can hear
Twinkle, twinkle.
you can hear the sounds of
Oh,
the
you wanted
outdoors
that one.
and the smell of fresh air. A shiny blue star twinkles in the sky, And as you move down the hallway, several spirits rush out from the shadowing gloom to the edges of the hallway. They seem to pound the wall's glass-like structure in an effort to get in, as their faces contort in rage. Preston states, "Isn't the night air wonderful? All the spirits lovingly wish you could join them." And he leads you down the hall towards
Not
the
very
opposite
scary.
door.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Tell me one.
The room, the kind of spirits, they vanish. The night sky vanishes, save for one star, the twinkling blue star.
Is it the stone?
Looks to be an ice blue gem set in the
Ooh.
ceiling.
I want it for the lion's eyes.
I'm gonna reach up and
No.
Can you grab it?
It's about
Get on his
15,
back.
maybe 20 feet tall.
I'm on.
My raven can get it.
Your raven's asleep. You didn't bring it, remember? Because it's currently trying to find my master.
All right, I'm climbing up.
Okay. Doing anything before you pull it?
Better check it.
Investigating.
All right. Give me an investigation roll.
Because if you get...
Please be a good investigation roll. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what that couples with. It's a 14 base, so let's see.
Yeah, then you're going to be fine.
18.
Yep.
Good.
You notice that the gem is trapped.
Do I notice how to untrap it?
You do. There are two kind of what would have been twinkling stars on either side. They look more like they're glow-in-the-dark stickers. And you push in on each one of those, and as you do that, that gem pops from its recessed space.
Don't worry, I'm not keeping it.
Sleight
I
of
think
hand.
it's part of our rhyme.
You better catch it.
I'm right there. I'm ready to catch it.
Yep, you got it.
Very good job. You didn't fall. You didn't really want me to catch
Eat
it.
me with the stone.
No, she has it. It fell into her hands. You're just standing.
No,
You're
you
just.
got it.
You're standing on my hands. I reach up, grab your ankles, and yeet you down the
Not
hole.
trusting you again.
I'm joking. I'm not doing
Could have
that.
used Mage Hand.
Oh,
I
that's
could
true.
have used Mage Hand.
Oh, yeah.
But I decided to have more fun with it. Never again after being yeeted down.
I didn't.
First he shoots you, and now he slaps you down.
Right, at least
Yeah.
he's joking more. We'll deal. All right,
Continue on.
to the next.
Entering into the next room, you find yourselves in a large dance hall. Several couples of spirits in expensive attire can be seen dancing around the hall. A band of spirit minstrels is in the back of the room playing a delightful dance tune.
Dance with
Come with me.
Preston
Dance
states,
with-
spirits against the popular belief love to dance.
Dance with
Everyone
me.
grab
we.
a dance
Me.
partner and join in the merry.
Dance with me.
And as that, most of the couples drop away. One, however, drops to the floor. Elliot again goes peaked. His eyes look mournful. Jeremy.
Oh, Elliot, I'm
Is
sorry.
he the same as the lady from before?
Very similar. The body doesn't seem to be in as much of a state of decay, but you do find the same whip marks.
Jeremy, how was this one? How was Jeremy related to you, Elliot?
He was my cousin and business partner.
I'm so sorry.
Same thing.
You might want to look away because he's gonna do
already
the
did.
same.
Already did.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
You might want to let him look away next time. There is left ones.
Well, at least proceed.
You do
to
notice that the
ones.
body has a backpack on.
Ooh, check out the backpack.
Any
me.
traps or
That's what
Do
we're
you see
checking out.
any
I'm not
signs?
grabbing
Oh, no.
the backpack. I'm
Okay.
checking out the backpack.
So investigation.
Backpack. Gosh, more excited.
Only
than a child
13
on
that time.
Christmas.
Okay. Does not seem to be trapped.
Okay. Does it like
I'm looking-
confidently not seem to be trapped?
I'm
make
gonna.
sure.
Do you want me to take a second look at it?
I'm gonna while they're doing that, I'm gonna look around the dance hall, see if I find it. Oh my god! I'm gonna take a look around the.
Reroll!
He's a gnome, not a halfling.
I can let people.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, that's so much better.
2?
No, it was a 5 this time, which was a 12.
Only one less than mine. Anyone else want to investigate?
I'm gonna
I'm
investigate.
gonna look around the room while they're doing this.
Oh, she's got this.
I got it.
She has a base 17.
20.
All right. So as you're all standing over this body,
I'm not.
you don't think it's trapped.
Okay.
Atris, you do find that the musical instruments are still there, and one of them, being a lyre, seems to be missing one of the chord keys.
I'm gonna walk over to it
Well,
and
he
look down at it.
Opening up the backpack.
All right.
Well, he does.
Within the backpack, there seems to be a journal and a gold encrusted key.
Oh, take it
So
out.
taking
Let's
the
read
key
it.
and then looking at the journal.
She's always taking keys.
And
I
there's
want
your
to do
journal.
the puzzle.
And the journal goes kaboom.
I've only been in the house a short time now. I can sense that I'm definitely not alone. I've heard definite sounds of a man's voice and footsteps. I know these are not part of the illusions, as I have turned them off to get a better sense of where they may be located. The sounds are definitely from upstairs. I hurried to the entrance stairs, and there I found a man bore a striking resemblance to my cousin Elliot. The spirit was having a discussion with the man, and even though I couldn't make out the details of what was said, I heard the spirit call him Zephram. I know not of any Zephram in the family, and quickly exited the hall. I could not tell if I alerted the man to my presence while I left. So I hurried to place myself in the company of the dancing spirits. I was amazed to find that one of the tension rings on the lyre there was actually a golden key. I removed the key from the lyre with little difficulty, but I have no idea what it could be used for. It must be another one of Winthrop's little games.
I heard this, right?
I read it out loud.
Yeah.
I'm immediately pivoting and looking at Elliot.
We have the key and we have the
Don't know.
Sounds like a little bit of a trickster in this household.
Would not surprise me. He was an illusionist.
If you take that key and
I've grabbed the harp and I've walked back over.
try to adjust the harp with it.
You are all family. Is there anyone in your family you know of that looked somewhat like you over time?
No, not at all.
Perhaps this Zephram.
Could be.
Would I? No, I wouldn't. Never mind.
So the key came out of the lyre.
Yep, here you go. And I toss Lexi the lyre while I walk over to the entrance
Play
we
around
came out
and see
of
if
from
it
the
does
hallway
anything.
and
There's no
light it.
additional string to it, so it slots in there nicely, and it turns like any other tension bar would, but it's different from all of the other tension options.
So do we want to just take the key with us or take the whole lyre with us and the key?
Take
How
both.
big is it?
It's a
It's a
lyre.
lyre. It's not that
I've lined the
Big.
doorway we came out of with salt.
Okay.
it's a decent.
I'm walking back over. Well, guess we can't really do anything else now.
I know. Not at this one. I think we should move on.
Might as well take the rest of them.
Okay.
And having found the golden key, we'll go ahead and pause there until next game.
Oh.
Come back and see what happens next time.
Don't forget to see us on.
I don't
Where are
know.
we at? We're not on Perler anymore because they're down. But all the other places,
YouTube,
look at our link. Twitch, yeah.
Look at our links
And
since we don't know.
And we do have shirts, so take
Go
a
down
look.
to our store at
Teespring.
our official
On
links.
Teespring. Have a
Adios.
nice week.
Thanks for stopping in to watch Dragon Family and Friends. If you found this to your liking, make sure to subscribe. Ring that notification bell and tell us what you liked and didn't like in the comments section down below. Now, where did that mascot get off to?